about leadership, because I think in the whole this morning there's been a huge theme on leadership, on creative leadership versus traditional leadership. We're going to talk about how do you lead with the founders of companies to maximize talents, results, and happiness. We're going to find out a little bit more. Our next two speakers, Michael as well as Kian Ping, they are an expert on this. Michael has actually been doing this for quite a while. We first met each other at a 10X Youth Talk. He gave a really good talk. Now, he's of course the founder of Thriving Talent, and Kian Ping is the head of client success of Thriving Talent, and Michael speaks to thousands of people among the Fortune 500 companies, I believe, across 39 different countries, based on his concept of managing and winning Gen Y, motivation and leadership. Kian Ping, on the other hand, he oversees the sales in Thriving Talents, and he's been working with companies of all kinds of sizes, startups, MNCs, and so much more. He's also been working with a lot of renowned brands, I think huge brands like Lazada, Zalora, and so much more. Southeast Asian market, the Indian market, ladies and gents, they have a lot to offer when it comes to leadership. So keep your questions in your head. Later on, we're going to have another quick 10 to 15 minutes of Q&A. But first, ladies and gents, please help me welcome Michael up on stage to share a little bit more.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Very good afternoon, my dear friends. Thank you for being here today. My name is Michael Teoh, and I'm the founder of Thriving Talents. Now, there is a slight tweak to what we're going to share with you today. I have my most trusted lieutenant in a war, you would call him my general, that will be talking to you about some of our confessions as a company made out of millennials and how we maximize their potential, their happiness, and of course increase their productivity to work with us. But as the founder and as the CEO of the company, aligned with what we're here to talk about, the Malaysian Confession, I have 3 confessions to make for you. And I believe these confessions will be very important because it could also serve as a guide for you as well to chart your journeys forward. Are we all good with that? Okay? Fantastic. So first and foremost, please allow me to share a little bit some of the major lessons right here. I had the great opportunity to work with some amazing people through my company, Thriving Talents, where we have had the opportunity to serve 39 out of the Fortune 500 companies, and we have expanded our training footprint to 41 countries so far. In fact, the 3 confessions that I'm here to share with you would actually touch a lot on the principles that I have lived, breathed, and would most likely die on. The 3 principles that even got President Barack Obama to visit our training and our business. But first, let me share with you an icon that inspired me a lot. Do you all know who this guy is? Yes? His name is Bill Gates, one of the richest men in the world. Now, it was in one conference, Bill Gates actually said this. He said, if you were born into a poor family or into a troubled neighborhood, you could blame your parents, you could blame your neighbors, you could blame your community for being born in such a rough place. But if you die poor, unfulfilled, sad, full of anger, you could only blame yourself. Now, why am I opening our sharing session with this? Because Bill Gates inspired me with this one motto that I believe is applicable to all of us right here. My decisions, not my condition, that influence my destiny. Deriving from what Bill Gates has shared with us earlier, the universe, God, no matter what religion you believe in, has given each and every one of us 70, 80, 90, 100 years to make specific decisions in our lives to change something that is not working in our lives. But if we still continue to blame our circumstances or our condition, at the end of the day, quoting what Bill Gates said, we could only blame ourselves. Now, why am I opening this up as a personal story of mine? The first principle that I want to share with all of you is your past does not equal your future. My dear friends, is it okay that I have a little bit of interactivity with all of you? Is that okay with you all? I want all of you right now to just close your eyes, please. Close your eyes. Okay. And I want to invite you to please take a deep breath in. Breathe in. That's right, and breathe out. My dear friends, with your eyes closed, I want to bring you back now to a time when you felt most embarrassed. A time where that particular incident that has happened in your life is so embarrassing that you will not even share it with your spouse or with your partners, or you may be thinking if you have shared it with your employer, you may get fired. Each and every one of us have an experience like that. That one moment in your life. Now my dear friends, one more time, thank you so much. I see all of you are closing your eyes. Thank you for cooperating. One more time, I want to invite all of you to take a deep breath in. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. And please open your eyes. Thank you for participating, everyone. Can I please invite all of you to give yourself a round of applause? Yeah, thank you. Now, just reply back to me. Any one of you saw an incident in your past that you are quite embarrassed of? Yes? Right? An incident that you would most likely not share with people. Well, my dear friends, I'm here to share with you, your past does not equal your future. Your past does not create your future. Can I share with you all how my past looked like? Is that okay? So this is how my past looked like. This was me, 8 years old. Now, for those of you who are smiling like, oh my God, trust me, when I was speaking to my friends in school at that time, in primary school, this is a face where they say, it's a face of someone that we can pick on. Ini orang senang kena bully punya. And people laughed at me because I was at the chubbier side, and I realized students at that time did not know better. But my dear friends, this is my picture when I was 8 years old. In fact, this is my life when I was young. I was a big victim of bullying. I was bullied in school as long as I can remember, since kindergarten all the way up to when I was 15 years old. Why was I bullied? Number one, I looked like that. I didn't know how to comb my hair up until college. Number two, I was bullied because I was weak in sports. I was extremely weak in sports, and during that time, how many of you here are babies that are born in the 1990s or 1980s? Anyone? Excellent, great. I just want to do a alignment right here. Did you realize that all the coolest kids in school that time are often the kids who could play sports very well? Would you agree with me? Yeah, they get all the fans, right? I can't do sports. I'm the type of guy, if I am kicking a football, it's not I kick the football, it's the football kick me. If I'm playing basketball, it's not I throw the ball into the net, it's the ball throw me. This type of guy. So one day, I decided, I got bullied so much, I got beaten up in school. But the worst form of bullying, can I share this with you? Again, any one of you here are parents? Can I see a show of hands? Alright, thank you. Any one of you here have younger brothers and sisters at home? Yes? Still in school? My dear friends, please be their friend. Why? The worst type of bullying that one can ever experience is what I call isolation or alienization. You know what type of bully is that? It's worse than being beaten up. I would prefer to be beaten up than being alienated. Being alienated means you're having your food in the canteen, you're seated, you're just minding your own business, but then the bullies come and then they sit on you. And then of course you would react. Oh my God, hey, I'm here. They'll be like, hey, ada orang kah? Is there a human here? Do you hear a human? Oh, that sounds like a ghost. Oh. They treat you like you don't exist. So if any one of you have siblings who are going through any form of bullying, be their friend. But one day, I decided to change my life. I decided, since I'm being bullied because I was weak in sports, let me do something in life that would have the least resistance in sports. So the sports with the most harmless rate of injury I felt was running. All agree? But even running, people say, if you run a marathon, you could slip and fall. So I picked the shortest form of running. 100 meters sprint running. You're running on a straight line, guys. You will not make a mistake. So I participated, I trained, I was 15 years old, I trained for 2 months, and I remember that fateful day. I was standing at the field, and the referee, ready to blow the whistle. I got all ready, I got all pumped up, all the crowd was cheering, and I told myself, here we go, I'm gonna change my life. The referee blew the whistle and I ran. I ran all my life. Now my dear friends, pop quiz. I'd like to ask you a question now. How many of you here believe after much struggle for so many years, my past doesn't equal my future? How many of you believe that I finally won the first ever race in my life? Raise up your hand please. Seriously? This body you see cannot run one, is it? How many of you here believe I ran on to run, but I did not finish the race? Anyone? Did not finish, huh? Wow, one person. Okay, thank you. I know we are all Malaysians. We are sitting by the fence thinking, which one, which one? Let's not take the risk right here. But let's not take the risk of guessing. Truth be told, I want all of you right now to please raise up your left hand. And I want you now to touch your left kneecap. Touch it. Give it a nice massage. Yeah? When was the last time you ever loved that kneecap? Yeah? My dear friends, this kneecap, I want you to hold it right now. I took 2 steps. 1, 2. The next thing I realized, I fell. This kneecap, hold your kneecap, it came here. And my kneecap was dislocated. Now I was admitted into hospital. I was in a cast for like 2 months. And then at that time, I really got into a depression. There were thoughts of suicide as well because I felt, this is only running on a straight line I cannot even do. And people kept laughing at me. I was bullied even worse in school. My, you know those crutches? My friends would take it away, hide it somewhere. So that was my life. But one day I decided, I learned a lesson. If something is not working for you, change it. If something is not working for you, what must you do? Change it. So I changed it. I decided, well, hey, you know what? If sports is not going to be good for me, I'll do sports to keep myself healthy. I will just do what I love to do. And during that time, I find myself exploring a lot of public speaking. I started doing a lot of public speaking, emceeing for events, drama competitions, debating. After this injury right here, that's the X-ray scan. So my dear friends, here's what I want to share with you. Nobody would have thought that a kid that got bullied in school, that couldn't walk properly after he dislocated his knee, could become a consultant, a speaker today to the world's largest companies. And I hope to share with you that my past showed me it does not equal my future. You can always make that change you want to see in your future. Remember that. Most of you are nodding your head in understanding, but how many of you can really grasp it? That your past, whatever that has happened, you would always have the chance to start anew. And guess what? Life has been so good to me. 5 weeks ago, it happened again. I was in Sarawak with great friends. We just completed a very fulfilling training. I was just standing and suddenly my left knee gave way again. And I'm now on a knee guard right here. God bless, I will heal fast. So learn some lessons there as well. Now my dear friends, at the end of the day, I've also met some people as well, where these people inspired me. I had the great opportunities to learn from them. Sir Richard Branson and of course Tony Fernandez. And I'd like to quote what they personally shared with me. Number 1, they shared from Sir Richard Branson, life is fun when you see it as an adventure. So don't be fixated on your past. Tony shared with me on a video, testimonial that he gave me, that life is better when you see positive things. And I've always followed their advice ever since then. My past doesn't equal my future. Can we all say that together please, my dear friends? Let's try, huh? My past doesn't equal my future. One more time, my dear friends, go! My past doesn't equal my future. Thank you everyone. Can I please invite you to give yourself a round of applause, yeah? The second principle I want to share with you, always evolve, always experiment, always be failing forward. Now, this is how I used to look in the year 2010. I believe today there is some slight improvement, I would say. From, hey guys, it's true, right? I don't know how to comb my hair. Can you see that? Why am I sharing this with you? This year, Thriving Talents, my team, we were awarded the Star Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award for companies valued up to 25 million ringgit. Despite being one of the younger talent development companies out there. But having said this, allow me to share with you our past. In the year 2012, I decided to come out of management consulting. despite all the high salary that I was being paid in KLCC, I came out and started Thriving Talents. I was 25 at that time. When I started Thriving Talents, we wanted to be the training company that developed people in 3 skills: leadership, sales, and also company culture, team engagement. When I started this training company, I realized something. Whenever I go pitch to a client or a prospect, they would always mistaken me for someone who is actually looking for a job. In fact, I remember I was speaking to a bank when I first started, and the HR manager was so irritated when I came in. She said, "Is this your way how you give first impression?" I said, "Excuse me, our meeting is supposed to start at 2. I'm here." "Yeah, I know you are here, but you are the junior. Where is your boss?" I am the founder. Technically, I am the boss. And the HR manager looked at me. "Cannot be, you're so young. You want to do training, are you sure? Even my son older than you, man." One of my mentors told me, "Michael, whose money you want to scam? You are equivalent to a fresh graduate in Malaysia, and you are speaking to all these big companies wanting the opportunity to train their people? No way." Now, during that time, I got inspired. My mentor advised me further. He said, "Michael, why not this? You are not going to con or scam people out there. You are too young to be doing training. However, something is emerging. Whether employers like it or not, there will be more and more young people that will be coming into the workforce." So my mentor said, instead of you going to companies and say you can train everybody, why not train their younger workforce? And that was how we started. And I remember when I started Thriving Talents in a 3-bedroom apartment in USJ 19. Anyone of you heard of USJ 19? In Subang? Yeah? We started the business and we were so scared to look for big companies. We started talking to SMEs. But when we speak to SMEs, the first thing they tell us, training is the last in our priority. Number 2, if I need you to train my young people, I might as well hire an experienced person. Train young people, train already, my competitor offer them extra 100 ringgit, they jump over. I'm not so stupid to train for my competitor. 6 months, 0 revenue. It came to a point I was down to my last 900 ringgit, and I believed in prayer, so I prayed. I said, "God, please give me a sign. Who should I talk to? I'm down. My last 900 ringgit, I don't think I can stand it anymore after 6 months." And then that was when my laptop restarted itself, and I'm using a PC. So the first logo I saw was Microsoft. So I thought, oh God, this is a sign, let's go. Messaged the Microsoft lady, a very nice lady. She rejected me 6 times. It was on the 7th time I asked her. Then she asked me, "You're not going to give up, are you?" I said, "Nope." I said, "Okay, I'll give you a shot. I'll give you 2 hours, you come and talk to my young executive. If we like you, let's talk. Maybe further. If we don't like you, nice knowing you." And Microsoft became our first client. Ever since then, we began to train companies like Intel, General Electric. We were known as the youngest training company in Malaysia, working with the Fortune 500 companies around the world. So, thank you. Thank you. There were nice humanitarians who also advised me, "You're too young to be an entrepreneur, give up." My team was ridiculed for being a very young team. I'm the dinosaur in my company now at the age of 33. All my young team members are really young, but we persevered. And ever since then, we began to see that we have started doing sales training, team engagement, team building, leadership training for the younger companies. If you're talking about some of the younger, agier companies we work with, Grab as one of our clients, T-Life as one of our clients, to name a few. Now, why am I sharing this with you, my dear friends? I did not start off exactly knowing what I was doing, but I kept experimenting, I kept evolving, I kept listening to the advice of mentors, of my clients, and that was how we evolved. So, what can we learn from this? Again, inspired by Bill Gates. For someone so successful as Bill Gates, he has Warren Buffett as his mentor. And I thought, one of the things we can learn from him is this: your past doesn't equal your future. You always have a chance to change. If something is not working, change it, and change your perspectives. All good? Now, my dear friends, can I play a short game with you all? Is that okay? Okay? Here's the game. I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you to tell me, what do you see in this picture? I'll just show it to you in 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, go. Alright everyone, here's what we're going to do. I want you to tell me, shout out the answer, what do you see in the picture just now? Please shout out the answer, go. A duck? Good. What else? A rabbit? Okay, fantastic. How many of you here saw a duck? Can I see a show of hands, please? How many of you saw a rabbit? Okay. Let's see, You see a duck right there? If you are looking to the left, yes? And if you look to the right, what do you see? Can I tell you what I saw? I didn't see a duck or a rabbit. I saw ink on a white canvas. My dear friends, perspective. Some people say the coronavirus has hit our industry. Man, it's so bad. It is bad. But my advice to my clients is this is the time for you to train your talents. This is the time for you to get them ready to serve your customers, to sell better, to push your product when the market rebounds. Am I right to say that? Always a change of perspective. My dear friends, just to wrap it up, again, our past doesn't equal our future. If something's not working, change it. Always experiment, always evolve. It was in the year 2012, I came up with this crazy idea. The idea was I wanted to meet President Barack Obama. And to show the President how sincere I was wanting to meet him, I've actually handwritten 11 letters to the White House. My dear friend, handwritten, not cheating handwritten. You know what's cheating handwritten? You type out, the only handwritten part you have is your signature. Really handwriting 11 letters. I sent it over to the White House. Guess what happened? Nothing happened! 2013 came by. Remember one of the things we learned, if something is not working, what must you do? Change it. Change strategy. Alright, writing letters don't work. I'm gonna spam the White House and the President's social media accounts, hoping to meet him. I actually suspect their social media team actually blocked me already actually. So I did that for 2013, guess what happened? Nothing happened! 2014 came along, change strategy again. The only strategy I had left, if spamming won't work, if letters won't work, I need to talk to people. So I kept talking to more and more people. I would tell people my dream. I said, I want to meet President Barack Obama, how can you help me? And then 2014 went by, I talked to people from politicians to CEOs. Guess what happened? Nothing happened! It was in the year 2015. I decided I've exhausted all strategies. There's only one strategy left that could be used. My friend told me, book a flight ticket, fly to Washington DC, camp outside of the White House. When the president's motorcade come out, throw yourself onto the car. For sure he will come out and see you. And he said, yeah, and most likely be thrown in jail or get shot dead lah. Strategy won't work, you're not crazy. So the only one strategy I thought I would continue to do is the strategy of talking to more people. It has the most variable. I talk. And again, my dear friends, some of us here, if you come from typical Asian family, my grandma would tell me, you have a dream, don't tell anyone. You tell anyone your dream, people will steal your dream. I love my grandma to bits, I have to disagree with her. I told people my dream. When people know your dream, they know how to help you. It came one person, and I need to give credit. Microsoft. Again, I told the executive, I want to meet President Barack Obama. They said, we like you, we have been your client. Let us try to arrange it for you. I said, really, you'll do that? Let us try to arrange it for you. And my dear friends, on that fateful day, 2 weeks before President Obama first visited Malaysia, I got a call from Microsoft and they told me, Michael, we tried our best. We could not secure a meeting for you. He's going to be here for 1 day. We tried. And I thought, you know what? At least I tried. No regrets. The feeling is a bit sour, but at least I tried. How many of you could follow getting rejection? Yes? But guess what? They offered me something else. They said, Michael, you cannot meet the president. I said, I know. But we have another offer for you. We are going to invite the president to come to your workshop and you are going to facilitate a workshop for really young leaders in Malaysia. Are you up for it? In my mind, I was thinking, even if you don't pay me, I'll do it for free. So ever since that day, we became the only training company in Malaysia to have had hosted the President of the United States and our then Prime Minister for half an hour in our training. I'm not saying this because I want to talk about how good we are as a training company. I'm saying this because this is a testament that with the right mindset, always being adaptable, young people like us can make a change. Young people like us can live our wildest dreams. Are we all good? How many of you could relate to everything I mentioned so far? Yes? Good. So my dear friends, before I pass the stage over to my colleague Ken Peng, one last thing. Some of you see, wow, this guy met President Obama, win liao lah, don't need to do anything anymore, right? Something else happened, my dear friends. And you could hear, I was living high, I would say. I was very proud, very grateful of my life. And then this decided to happen in August of last year. I got involved in an accident. My car spun out of control, rammed into one of the lights in Putrajaya, ran onto the driver's seat, and then I was actually covered with blood. I have to censor it off. So I had a deep cut on my face, so thank God the doctors did some good work in my face. I could have lost my life then, but it was after this accident I started asking myself, what if that was the last day of my life on earth? What is that one thing that I would change? Thank God I recovered, but during that time, I'm very grateful because I have a team. I remembered when I first started Thriving Talents, it was just me and my partner at that time. My income could easily go up to 50,000 ringgit a month because of the rate I was charging for my speaking engagements and my training. I was premium. Now that I'm running a company, I have to share that wealth and draw a salary. I became a laughing stock among other trainers in the industry. I could be driving a Mercedes-Benz right now instead of a Honda, as some people will say. Honda is a very reliable car, by the way. I endorse that. But when I got involved in an accident, I realized for me, 2 weeks confined to my home, I have my team to thank. It was my team that carry on the business, working with my other junior trainers, junior coaches to impact lives. So this leads me to the last principle. Think of abundance. Sustainable happiness comes from sharing.